Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today, we're doing officially a triathlon, which is like a mini marathon, and I'm super excited because I've decided to go this route with the epic picks. I didn't want to just keep it at okay. You have to find a song that's 16 minutes or over. You can do either a song that's 16 minutes or less, not over, or you can just pick 3 songs. I think that's a great idea instead of I'm still going to do marathons, but if you want to do a shorter version or if you have 3, it's not as difficult to come up with 5 songs. And I said, hey, why don't I just call it triathlon? And it's like a mini marathon. So that's what we're doing. I wanted to thank Scott, great Scott, for doing this, for coming up with the idea. It's like, hey, because he was like, would you mind doing 3 songs instead of 1 long song? It's like, no. Okay. Actually, I know I set up the rules on Buy Me a Coffee, and I was like, it's just 1 song. And I just wanted to keep it at 1 song because of the blocking. But now that we've done the Tool reaction that went well, I thought, hey, let's just try 3 songs. With 3 songs, the record company doesn't really feel like you're posting the full album, So I think we could do triathlons and see how that goes, and then do marathons with more I think songs from different albums and stuff like that. So little introduction to that. I put some triathlons on Buy Me a Coffee if you want to support the channel with them, or if you want to buy one, all that good stuff. And again, great Scott, thank you so much. We're gonna do some TRANS-SIBERIAN ORCHESTRA here, triathlon, mini marathon, however you want to call it. And I'm super excited. And there is some stuff here, so grab maybe something to drink, because I will read a little bit of an introduction here by great Scott that he thought it should go with the experience here. So it's a TSO short story. It says here, hey Nick, last year around this time I sent you a marathon of TSO, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, as a sampling of some of their best Christmas tracks from their Christmas trilogy, Time for Volume 2. So this is Volume 2. Thank you so much. So each of their albums has a story that their music waves around. In concert, a narrator tells the story while the band provides the music. Their first award-winning album from 1996, Christmas Eve and Other Stories, produced their major single Sarajevo, based on Carol of the Bells, which was included in the last year's marathon. And I remember doing that, and I think I made a mistake. So I'm so sorry. But you can still watch it. It is on YouTube. It's on the channel. And I love this band. And I still wanted to say Vitalij Kuprij, the keyboard player, which I was a big fan of. And he was in a couple of bands. He played with Greg Howe and another metal band, a progressive metal band that I don't recall right now. I think it was Inversion or something. He passed away last year, so may he rest in peace. Amazing keyboard player. I mean, of the likes of Jordan Rudess, that kind of like very, very, very fast virtuoso. I'll look it up in a second. So just wanted to remember him, that he unfortunately left us very, very young. I think he was only like 50 or something. So in this epic pick, I present 3 adjacent songs that together tell a story within the overall story. Briefly, an angel comes down to earth. The angel listens to a man's prayer, which is Ornament. Lamenting about his teenage daughter who had previously run away from home for reasons long forgotten, and how he prays for her to come home for Christmas, the angel finds the girl alone in the streets of a big city in the snow, trying to find a star she could wish upon. To be able to go home, but the only light she sees is the sign of a bar across the way, Old City Bar, the second song. And the story continues. Finally, the girl manages to get home and the Father rejoices this Christmas day, the third song. So that is pretty much the story, which we're going to listen to in that order. And I was originally going to go with the idea to listen to the songs in live, even though you know how we go on this channel, we always like to do the audio first. We might be able to do, the whole thing, which is about 30 minutes long, live, because it has the narration, it has like the intros and stuff. So, but I think that would be a marathon. That would be more. So, so here we are, Ornament, Old City Bar, and the Christmas Day. So yeah, get ready. I have them here loaded up. And yeah, I love this band. I can't wait to see them live. And I'm sure it's going to be an amazing experience. So without further ado, let's sit back and enjoy. Again, thank you so much for being here. If you're a fan of this band, maybe like the channel. Like the video, maybe subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Okay, give me 1 segundo. All right, I'm back. Had to do something really, really quickly. So here we are. And these are all from the same album, Christmas Eve and Other Stories. Let's see, really quickly, 1996. I did mention that. And let's give it up here for Ornament. All right, here we go. 1, 2.
There is an ornament lost inside the night. There on a Christmas tree with 1,000 lights. No one can see her, she's standing all alone. Somewhere she glistens where no one can see. Can say what had happened. All of those words that we put into play no longer matter. I should have known that then. I just know you're far away. On this Christmas day, on this Christmas day, on this Christmas, somewhere the wind caused moments in the snow. And if he sees her, he never lets it show. He just drifts behind her, erasing every step. Tinsel and garland whispered to trees. I don't believe I can say what had happened. All of those words that we put into play no longer matter. I should have known that then.
So good. This band. What can I say? Beautiful. And I had the lyrics pulled up, and it is it's a beautiful thing. It's just I love the style of this band. Not just because it's Christmas, but I love the neoclassical aspect of it. It has like these, obviously I love how they combined something like heavy metal with Christmas, you know, and it works because it has the classical. The thing about heavy metal, my mom would always be like, when I was listening to heavy metal as a teenager, and I'm talking about not classic rock or like 70s rock, I was talking about like 80s heavy metal, 90s heavy metal. She would always walk in and be like, "Oh, I love this music. It's like classical music, but with distortion." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know." And that's what it. This is what this is. It's like classical passages, and even the solos are very inspired by these guitar players that I used to listen to. I actually sent Great Scott like a whole list of musicians that are very inspirational to me. But I think I remember that you said, you know, I'm very set in my ways and I just can't get into other stuff, which is fine. Um, or maybe you did listen to it, but it's basically all the same genre. It's this genre that's has this wonderful, heavy metal has this wonderful way of turning very beautiful music into, you know, rock, but it is distorted, and it just like it's heavy, and it's so funny even when we go to a Christkindlmarkt, which is like the German, you know, Christmas market, and then a TSO comes on. It's like it feels like it's like a metal concert all of a sudden, but it's Christmas music, so it's really really enjoyable for me. And some people don't even. I think they don't even notice that they're listening to heavy metal. They just think, okay, this is Christmas music, but I don't know. I don't even know what they think, but it is, you know, it is heavy metal. You have to and I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, heavy metal, I don't listen to heavy metal," and that's not my generation. And it's just literally 10 years away from all the music that you would listen to in the 70s, which is so crazy. So this was a great track. So let's continue. So I thought they were going to bleed together, but they didn't. But it's nice so I can talk a little bit, you know. And also, let's take a look here. I wanted to see who was on the album. Who was and for some reason I do have the album pulled up here, Christmas Eve and Other Stories, but you don't see for some reason the musicians on this album. And I'm on Wikipedia. So usually they are, you know, every Wikipedia page is a little bit different, but let's see here. Vitalij. Vitalij Kuprij, February 20th this year. He was we lost him, and he was only about not even 50 years old, like 49 or something. Yeah, 49 years old. Crazy. But I wanted to recommend this band Artention, which is amazing. More on the progressive side, very heavy metal, but and also Ring of Fire. Check it out. It's really really cool. I didn't know he was in Sabotage, but yeah, check out Artention. Really really cool stuff. It says here, Artention is a North American neoclassical progressive metal band founded in 1993. If you like his playing, you know, in TSO, you will love it in Artention. Check it out. I just wanted to give you a little tip, and let's move on. All right. Okay, so we'll continue with the song Old City Bar, and I'll pull up the lyrics and enjoy. Here we go.
In an old city bar that's never too far from the places that gather the dreams that have been, in the safety of night, with its own neon light, it beckons to strangers, and they always come in. And the snow, it was falling, the neon was calling, the music was low, and the night, Christmas Eve. And here was the danger, even with strangers inside of this night, it's easier to believe. Then the door opened wide, and a child came inside that no one in the bar had seen there before. And he asked, did we know that outside in the snow that someone was lost standing outside our door? And the bartender gazed through the smoke and the haze, through the window and ice, that corner street light. We're standing alone by a broken payphone. Was a girl, the child said, could no longer get home. And the snow, it was falling, the neon was calling. The bartender turned and said, not that I care, but how would you know this? The child said, I've noticed if one could be home, they'd be already there. And the bartender came out from behind the bar, and if all of his life was never that far, and he did something else that he thought no one saw. When he took all the cash from the register drawer, and he followed the child to the girl across the street, and we watched from the bar as they started to speak. Then he called for a cab and he said, JFK. Put the girl in the cab and the cab drove away. And we saw in his hand that the cash was all gone from the light that she had wished upon. If you want to arrange it, this world you can change it. If we could somehow make this Christmas thing last by helping a neighbor, even a stranger, to know who needs help. You need only just ask.
Hey, give me 1 second, please. All right, sorry about that. The door, like Marley opened the door, and we do have visitors, and I just don't want to, like, appear them on camera, for them to be, like they don't know that they're being filmed. So I wanted to close the door. So let's go back a little bit. So far, beautiful song. I love the, acoustic guitar is pretty much the star, and obviously the voice, the vocals, and just the story. I mean, it's just like so visually well put, the way they wrote this. You can really imagine, the snow and, the cold and the whole story about this girl, and that waiter, the barkeeper. But yeah, I love, I'm more of a nylon guitar player when it comes to guitar, but I do have a steel acoustic, and you get that sound. You can't get that sound from a nylon. I prefer nylon to what I like to play on the acoustic guitar, but you get that steel sound, you know, with those kind of guitars. So let's go back. I did rewind a little bit. I'm sorry about the interruption. I usually don't interrupt at all anymore, but you know, the door is just wide open, so I don't want people going to the bathroom or something and being caught on camera. So let's continue. All right.
Oh, who needs help? You need only just ask. Then he looked for the child, but the child wasn't there. Just the wind and the snow waltzing dreams through the air. So he walked back inside, somehow different, I think. For the rest of the night, no one paid for a drink. And the cynics will say that some neighborhood kid wandered in on some bums in the world where they hid, but they weren't there, so they couldn't see by an old neon star on that night, Christmas Eve, when the snow it was falling, the neon was calling. In case you should wonder, in case you should care, why we on our own never went home on that night of all nights. We were already there.
Beautiful. Very cool. Very beautiful lyrics. And oh man, it's there's some like Christmas stories that I have to tell. I mean, as a kid, it was always, you know, snow and winter, of course, and you know, darkness around 4 o'clock in Germany, you know, and it was usually would the first maybe like 10 years or even longer, we would always have like snowy Christmas. And it's like more rare these days, I guess, but it's just like it's part of the charm of the Christmas, you know, experience, I guess. And so when we moved to Mexico, for me, it was just so bizarre because we moved away from Germany on November, I think, I don't know, 15th or something. And we got to Mexico, and then December came around, Christmas, and it was just like hot. And I mean, when you know, when you've lived your life in Germany, and then you move to Mexico, even in the winter over there, it's hot. It's like boiling hot. And just the the fact that there was no snow and that it was warm and it was just like, I don't know, I was so unhappy. It was like the worst Christmas ever. But then I got used to it, you know. Then even, you know, like people like in Florida, you know, if they turn on their air conditioner, they're wearing a sweater and socks, you know, even though it's like super hot. I saw that in an episode of Seinfeld that Alexia played to me, and it's so funny because it really happens that you get so used to the warmth that if you are in like 70 degrees or something, it's like freezing for you, you know. So, okay, so beautiful so far this story, and this is the finale. This Christmas Day is the last track, but so far, what a beautiful intro. These three songs. Let me just look at the CD itself. I just want to see the order of songs. Ornament. So it does skip Ornament. And then Where is the okay, so so there's one instrumental between Ornament and then Old City Bar, and then there's a shorter song, and then This Is Christmas. Okay. Okay. So we're not really missing, like, I mean, we are missing the experience a little bit, but it's okay. It's all good. So I just wanted to see how it was if these songs were like a trilogy. But they are, because there's like just little, 50-second transitions between. So okay. Let's finish the triathlon with this Christmas Day from the same album, and let's see what happens. I'm curious now with the lyrics. So here we go.
So tell me, Christmas, are we wise to believe in things we never see? Are prayers just wishes in disguise? And are these wishes being granted me? For now I see the answering to every prayer I pray. She's coming home this Christmas Day. So tell me, Christmas, are we kind? More this day than any other day? Or is it only in our minds? And must it leave when you have gone away? It's different now, it's changed somehow, and now you're here to stay. She's coming home this Christmas Day. I know at once the world that doesn't seem the same. In a single night, you know it all had changed. Everything is now as it should be. I had the ornament, I had the perfect tree, I had the string of light, I had a chance to see everything that my heart thought could be. Of all the dreams, you were the first I knew, and every other one was a charade of you. You stayed close when I was far away, and in the darkest night, you always were the star who always took us in, no matter who we are. So she's coming home this Christmas Day.
So here's the I think one of the narration at the end. So the girl had reached her home, and the bar was closing down as the angel started back to bring his lord what he had found. That is so cool. Man, this band is really really good. It's just like it's I mean what I've read, it's like a spectacle, and I guess you have to, we have seen videos, Alexa and I think we did some reactions, and it's just like, whoa, like it's a different level of light show, and it's something very special. And I love the lyrics, I love the music, it's not too heavy, everybody can enjoy this. And but I just love, the solos and the distortion, the palm muting, and just the musicianship is wonderful, and the writing is really like heartwarming, like a cute story of something that could, happens every day, I'm sure happens every Christmas. And I think Christmas is such a great excuse too, to get together and say, you know what, let's put this behind us and let's start anew and let's forgive each other. And I've seen it before, even in my family. My mom and my grandfather, they had a falling out, and then finally at Christmas, after I think 1 year or two, they decided, come on, let's stop this. This is not good. And so it's a great excuse to come together and celebrate, and and just enjoy each other's company, because it's not forever. So those were beautiful 3 songs, a great trilogy here. Thank you again, Great Scott, for this. And yeah, it's very important, especially these songs. Without the lyrics, you can get lost, and if it is, very, I mean, it's not too fast, but I guess you could keep up without. But I would suggest, if you now I'm saying this at the end of the marathon, but obviously I would advise listening to this with some kind of lyrics on your screen or on your TV. But I think even the YouTube channel creates the lyrics if they're not too fast. So, but yeah, this was awesome. Thank you so much. Beautiful music and a beautiful story with a happy ending. There you go. What else, what else do we want more than this? This was awesome. Thank you so much, Great Scott. I appreciate it. Let me know, what do you think of this band? Have you seen them live? Would you go see them if you ever get a chance? Yeah, let me know in the comment section. Are you a fan? Maybe, is this your first time watching the channel? Then welcome, of course. Or you're a veteran, you're NicknLex veteran, and you're just, watching our videos. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. We do appreciate all the help, all the support, all your comments, all that good stuff. Thank you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I had a blast. It's beautiful music. This band really knows how to, give quality, a quality product, and not just in their shows, just also like in their recordings. All is crisp, all is perfect. By the way, Vitalij Kuprij, he was part of the band in 2012, so this was still in 1996 he was still doing other things, since I talked about him, but he joined as a live performer the band for the last, I think, like decade or so, and unfortunately not with us anymore. So but yeah, that's just how it goes. Again, thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you had a blast. Thank you, Great Scott, for choosing this, for doing the first triathlon. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I literally had to look it up, how to pronounce it in English. So yeah, thank you, for this mini marathon or triathlon. And I hope you had fun. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next one.